What's up, everyone? This is episode 6 of the sit down. As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, the setting is a little bit different. You might not hear the difference when you're just listening, but we are, in light of the coronavirus thing, even though Joel and I live about 500 meters from each other, uh, Joel's wife works in a care facility, so we thought it was a good idea to social distance ourselves from each other. So we're doing this. I'm doing this from my house. Joel is doing it from his house. Um, so everything is a little. I don't know what are we calling it, Joel? It's a little awkward or new or what
Oh,
are we
it's
calling this?
interesting.
Interesting. That's a good one. So yeah, we have a few things to discuss. So let's get this thing going. This episode is brought to you by Kanto Audio. Kanto is a Canadian company that produces quality speakers and accessories like cables, TV, and speaker mounts. Their latest flagship model is the Kanto TUK, named after the remote Canadian hamlet Tuk. The speakers feature AMT tweeters, 13cm aluminum woofers, 65 watts per channel, and a wide range of input methods like RCA for a CD player, Bluetooth for your phone, Toslink optical input for your TV, and built-in phono stage, so setting up your turntable is easy peasy. Connecting them to Kanto's sub 6 or sub 8 subwoofers complete the full range sound that anyone will enjoy. They come in two colors, matte black and matte white, and they're available at Funky Moose Records via fmr.fm/tuk. That is fmr.fm/TUK.
So what's up, my dude?
Uh, I don't know. How are you doing? Are you
I'm doing
are
good.
you are you quarantined or are you out and about?
Man, well, I'm getting out and about. I wouldn't say because I'm not going out where there's a lot of people, but I'm not like
Hmm.
not going outside. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I still got to get
Hmm.
my son out, get some fresh air, kind of thing. But we're not interacting with anybody, so
That's right.
yeah, go for a drive
Yeah.
here and there. But
Same here. We go for walks and whatever through town, but stay in
yeah,
the backyard with the kids, and you know,
yeah. Like, what's our
I
population
don't
here?
mind staying in. Yeah, but I don't mind staying in the house either. So
Right. As you can see, I
yeah,
got lots of movies to keep us busy.
if
Lots
you're
of work to do too.
if you're watching,
Yeah. Those aren't records behind me.
oh don't spoil it. um. So yeah, what should we start with? We have a few things on the agenda that we want to touch on, but should we start with turntables?
Yes, I think so. I just we started a sale yesterday. I want to say the 27th. We switched up the
Was
pricing
that
on a.
was that Thursday?
I
Oh,
think so.
yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. A sale started yesterday on a set of turntables for you, Mark. You want to touch on that? What kind they are?
sure. They are the entry model Audio Technica LP60X. They, the ones that you can buy at, like Best Buy and Canadian Tire and stores that don't actually that are not actually an authority in music. They sell the turntables for like $99, and they are garbage. I mean, kudos to you if you want to get your feet wet and you want to buy one of those to see if you will enjoy the hobby. Sure, go ahead and see if you will actually commit to this hobby. Um, but do keep in mind that you will eventually upgrade, and that's probably sooner rather than later if you buy one of those plastic fantastic uh, type of turntables. So what I would recommend is the one that we have on sale now, the LP60X. it's still very affordable. It is, like I said, the bottom range of the Audio Technica lineup, but it has upgraded parts compared to the things that you can buy at Canadian Tire and Best Buy. For example, it has an aluminum platter. The cartridge that's in there with the needle is an actual, uh, not one that chews up your records, for example. Um, and the quality control at Audio Technica, because it's a Japanese company, is a lot better than at the Chinese companies. So you would actually get a somewhat of a quality turntable. Now, of course, the more you spend, the better turntable gets. I mean, I have customers that spent thousands. Literally, my car is price wise nothing compared to the setup that these guys have. So um, you can go from the 129.95 that they are on sale for now all the way up to $30,000 if you want. So
For a
if you're
turntable?
in the market for a turntable setup. So
30K.
for example, yeah. So you have uh, hardcore collectors that spend, I don't know, $4,000 on the cartridge that holds the needle, and then the tone arm itself is I don't know, $1,500, and then
What?
they have feet. They have feet under um, the platter that stabilizes, and that's I don't know. I don't have them in the catalog, so I don't know what they actually cost, but they're a few $100s. And then some people have two tone arms. So one tone arm has a specific cartridge for a certain kind of music or certain like a 33 RPM record, and then there's another turntable for the 45 or another tone arm with a different cartridge for 45s, for example.
Are they interchangeable?
Yeah. Which
Like just let's say the arm or whatever that you said was $1,500. Is that
yes.
like, you know what I mean? You can use it on different setups, kind of thing.
So on the custom turntables, the high end turntables, a lot is interchangeable. Um, but yeah, that then you're talking about a higher end turntable. Like for
Right.
example, if you have the mid range Audio Technica turntables, for example, the LP40 LPW40WN, just to garble some letters and numbers up. It that's an actual model though, but it's a turntable that is it's a bit of an uh, a mid to higher end turntable, but nothing is really interchangeable. I mean, you can replace the cartridge and the needle, but if you want to replace the tone arm, it has to be an Audio Technica tone arm, for example.
Right. Okay. So then, if I have one of those and I need to replace the arm, can I just order that part from you, or do I need to contact like the brand?
We just sell the turntables, and although we can get cartridges and needles, parts are not on our catalog.
Right.
So
Very good.
if you're looking for, like, if you have a super high end turntable, I don't even know where to buy it. Um, well, I do, but um, these are usually bought at brick and mortar high end audio shops.
Right.
So you don't buy them at Best Buy or Walmart or whatever. You
Yeah.
go to a store that's dedicated to just audio stuff.
Yeah. Um. So, because well, yeah, you've got this one turntable on sale right now. Do you have any additional promos on the go right now?
Don't think so. Um, you're in charge of changing prices. So I think that's the only price you updated, right?
That's the only one there, yeah. But I was kind of fishing
Yeah.
for like a promo code for when you make a purchase to get like another
Mm.
maybe. See, I'm looking out for you guys.
Yeah. So Joel is awesome enough to to
Push
putting
it.
me in an awkward position where I do have to give a promo code now. So okay, let's do a promo code sit down 6 and I'll give you 10% off
So
your
that's
complete order.
SITDOWN6.
Yep.
All right, there you
Now
go,
you have
my
to remind me to
peeps.
create that. Now you have to remind me to actually create that code because I might forget.
Before tomorrow when this audio goes up.
Yeah.
Nice. There you
Yeah.
go, my guys. Looking out for you. Yeah, I
Thanks a lot,
do not.
Joel.
Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. The only turntable I have is that one you helped me carry outside last year. That's still sitting outside my door.
Yeah.
That was a nice retro
We
one I
should.
got for free. That
Yeah,
didn't
and
work.
it was good for the price.
Yeah, I suppose, right? It
I
was
mean,
fun.
it it's useful, right? Right now.
Right now it's doing yeah, I'm getting what I paid for it for sure. It's outside my door to
It,
hold groceries as I carry groceries in.
but we should probably get you a turntable. Janelle might not agree, but whatever.
I I'm I love the idea of it, but I'll be just dead honest about it. Like if you're watching the video, you can see what's behind me right now, and there's like over 1,000 Blu-ray movies there. There's 3D movies, 4K movies, Blu-rays, DVDs. Like I've got over 1,000 just right behind me here, and so I got a nasty habit of spending money on movies. So if I was pumping that kind of money into vinyl records, then I've got two nasty habits to fulfill, right? Like like
And you're trying to
a
kick
movie is
nasty habits, right?
yeah, exactly, right? Like a movie's like bringing me about $40 a pop, which is about what a good record would be too, right? So, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I'd have to let one of them go, and
And I guess you and Janelle, your wife, are going to live shows a lot more than I would. I have more records, but I don't go out to big concerts much, and you guys do.
yeah, like that. We definitely like to see stuff live, and when we're there is when I'll buy like merchandise from them just for like the memory of being at the show.
Yeah,
You know, if I can
that's
get
right.
a CD autographed or something, like I've got and a Godsmack one behind me that's autographed, and but yeah, stuff like that, and like
Yeah,
that Godsmack one, I've never played it. There's a Metallica one there too that's still not even opened yet, but I got it because I got Metallica tickets that came with it. So
yeah,
just the memories, but I'll listen to the albums, but for free on like YouTube or whatever, right? I'll just stream it. That's kind of what I do. So to go out and actually buy a record, like I understand why people do it and collect. It's probably the same reason why I buy movies and such, right? But
yeah. That does
yeah,
that doesn't mean you don't like music. I mean, you're a music fan,
yeah. Oh, for sure. I
obviously,
listen
because
to them.
I see Rob Zombie up there too.
Yeah, you bet.
For
Got
those
my
not
picture.
watching, for yeah, for those not watching, Joel is sitting in front of his movie wall, and he has uh, a few autographed things and a big skull
Yeah,
behind him, and
got some
yeah,
Rob Zombie autographs, Godsmack, Metallica, Rainwolf. What else do I got down here? I think that's it. Autograph downstairs, but yeah, some fun stuff. Fun.
yep, fun.
So I know you've been. I think if I was to start with a turntable, like I can't justify spending like $500 on a good one right now, you know. And then to just start with a cheapie defeats the purpose because the sound quality wouldn't be any good. Like I'm picky when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like like I
Hmm.
said, I like watching movies, but and I've got a 4K TV. So where we are, 4K isn't an option in our location. So I had to cough up extra money to get a 4K player. Like I've pumped in a lot of money to get like my picture quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I
Yeah. Yeah.
I can just see myself spending a lot of money there to get great sound quality. You know, so
Yeah.
it's not cheap. I get it, and I love it. I respect
Yeah.
it. But I just can't afford it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally get it. Like my personal collection is not that big because I have the advantage of whatever comes in here I get to play. So it's and I keep saying but I have a wife. We just have completely different tastes. So when Joelle and I talk about music, we are on the same page, but my wife likes country, and I mean, I love her, but I just don't like the music.
I can
Yeah.
copy that too. I've been with Janelle. I want to say 8 years. I think since 2012, and when we first got together, like she wasn't listening to the stuff I was listening to at all. But like I mentioned before, I'm stuck in like my 90s metal and everything, and I think it's kind of grown on her a little bit. Like she can tolerate it
Yeah.
now, and I'll catch her listening to like now I think she's got System of a Down and playing in the car, and I'm just like, hey, right, like right on. It's not like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's something I can
Well,
handle.
I got Jennifer on Foo Fighters at least. So,
Oh, right
it's
on.
um and I have to admit, like, before I met her, I didn't know country at all because that's not a thing where I'm from. And
Right,
then when I got here, I started listening to it, and it's they're like
twangy
her
jingle
favorite
jangle.
artist is no, no, I can't do that. But her favorite artist is Paul Brandt. So kind of like with you uh, getting Janelle hooked on System of a Down, she kind of, and I'm not gonna say hooked because I
Right,
don't want to go that far, but I mean
but
I can tolerate Paul Brandt, for example.
right.
Um,
I think
I
that's how she
respect
is too.
like, an I respect an artist like Zach Brown,
Yeah.
um,
Okay. Well, let me
Chris
ask you,
Stapleton.
what made you like? What did you hear or see from Zach Brown to be like, oh yeah, this guy's like, to have that respect, also be like, yeah, this guy's good. You know what I mean?
Okay, so we were at a campsite years ago, and Chicken Fried came out, and it
Okay.
was we weren't playing it, but a few campsites down, there was a group of kids playing Chicken Fried pretty loud. And I was like, oh, this is catchy, but it's not, not my thing. But I had to put up with it because they were playing it loud, and I'm not the guy that goes there and be
Yeah.
like, tone it down.
Yeah. Old man.
So they were playing the whole album. And the Chicken Fried song, I was like, oh, that's catchy. And I heard a few other songs. I was like, oh, well, it could be worse, I guess. And then um, what was it? I saw a live show of theirs. It was streamed somewhere. I don't remember what the show was or where or whatever, but I saw it on YouTube, and I saw a few of the other songs that they did, and they were more towards the rock
Genre.
genre. Yeah, and then I later um, Foo Fighters, that documentary they did on HBO, brain fart, Sonic Highways. There was an episode in there with Zach Brown,
Right. Wow. I
and
could not
there,
remember. I was sorry to cut you off. I was so quiet there because I couldn't remember the name of that HBO special neither. Because that's where I
yeah,
learned of Zach Brown was through that
well,
Foo Fighters thing too.
yeah, so we that's where I got most of my respect for him
Yeah.
because he doesn't want to be put in a box, right? He doesn't want to be, yeah, he does country songs, but that doesn't mean he's a country artist. Like if you give him a guitar and say, "Hey, play a rock song," he will. And he's actually been on stage with Foo Fighters at a few shows, and he knows how to work a
Well,
guitar.
I think wasn't there. I think in that episode on HBO, they were playing at an awards. I don't know if it was like the AMAs or
Oh, is
something.
that
And
where I
Zach
saw it? Yeah, yeah,
maybe, and then Zach Brown was like playing with them the
yeah,
song that they had
yeah,
recorded. Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So that's and then a guy like Chris Stapleton. I mean, is it country? Yeah. Is it blues? Sure. Is it rock? Yep. Is it pop? Well, it's kind of mainstream, and he did a song with Bruno Mars and Ed Sheeran. So is it pop? Yeah, maybe. So it's not, and him too. He's not.
In a
He
box.
sounds country, but he's not in a box. You
So
know.
he's
So
a legit
yeah, I
musician, I guess, right?
yeah yeah for sure. Yeah yep.
Yeah, I get it.
So I know you're stuck in your 90s, but what are your some of your favorite
What's my
ones?
go-to?
Yeah, right now,
Uh,
what'd you put on? Right now,
I'm trying to think. I'm so stuck in comedy right now.
right now, you'd go to bed probably.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. The last things that I've kind of been listening to is Black Stone Cherry. I've been playing a little bit, introducing
Okay.
that to my son. Black Stone Cherry, I think, was the last thing I played. But no, my go-tos, it's Metallica, Godsmack for sure. If
Yeah.
Janelle's around, I'm writing these down because I don't even remember. Tenacious D. I'm a huge D fan.
Yeah.
I am.
We
I know
actually
that's
watched
so.
we had some friends over, not friends, we had a friend over. Uh and we started watching some Jack Black. Um you know that one he did with was it with Jimmy Fallon? He did that
Oh, they
Miss
did the
no,
remake of that.
extreme. Extreme.
I don't know if I saw that with Jimmy Fallon.
No? Yeah?
I don't.
Oh, I'm gonna show
I
you.
don't think I did.
I'm gonna send you that link. It's you know Jack Black. You remember
Yeah.
that extreme song, that "To Be With You," that slow song? You'd probably never watch that,
Is it black
but
and
they
white?
reenacted that. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I no. I think I'm thinking of the same one. I just didn't know the name of it.
yeah,
Um,
and it's Jack
they got
Black
like a
and
long ponytail. I think
no, I don't think it's a ponytail. It's well, anyway, it's just long hair.
I'm gonna check it out here on YouTube. But I more than words. That one.
What did I say? Oh, to be no, that's Mr. Big. Okay, yeah, yeah, more than yeah,
More than words.
blah, blah,
Yeah. Oh,
blah,
frick
blah,
yeah! I
blah.
saw that. They did awesome on that
Yeah,
video.
yeah. And Jack Black is always a little over the top,
Yeah,
and
for
that's
sure.
kind of what I like about him.
Man, the D was on tour not that long ago. Well, we touched on them doing a tour in the States here coming up in July,
Mhm.
I think. But yeah, they did a Canadian tour a year or two ago, and we missed them. And
Yeah,
I regret not going for sure. Speaking of Foo
yeah,
Fighters and the D, did you know that Dave Grohl is like the legit third member of the Tenacious D? Did you know that?
yeah. And in the Pick of Destiny, he was Satan.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, so good. I could almost recite that movie word for word.
Yeah,
So good.
I remember. Okay, so I remember watching that movie with you, or you lent it to me, or something. I think you lent it to me. I watched it for because I didn't know about Tenacious D. I knew Jack Black, but I didn't know about Tenacious D until you showed it to me. And then after watching the movie, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty cool." I gave it back to you, and you're like, "So do you know who Satan is?" I was like, "No," and you were like, "That's Dave Grohl." I was like, "What?" Yeah. So
You
much
gotta
for
watch it
me
again.
doing research. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I
So
think
yeah,
I
that was
swear. How old is that movie? It's got to be 20
oh,
years almost. But man, I
I'll look
swear,
it
the
up for you.
first time I saw that movie, immediately when it was over, I played it again. I watched it back to back in a row. Boom, boom. I think that's the
2006.
last movie I ever did that with.
So 14 years.
So good. Yeah, I like that movie. That's definitely
Yeah.
my top 10 movie in there too.
Yeah, it's a good one. I
That
that's okay. I don't watch movies twice unless they're really good. Tenacious D I watched twice.
right. I bet you could watch it a third.
Yep. And
It
remember I
still
had
holds up.
the Master Exploder as my ringtone for a while?
Oh, so good.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of
They're
movies,
uh-huh.
um that movie you lent me.
Oh, that we were talking about
Come
last
on.
week. Almost Famous.
Yeah, help me out here. Almost Famous. Yes, that's right. We watched it.
And was I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good,
You
right?
were yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's one of those movies that I would watch again, but it has a lot of um one-liners that we have been using constantly over the past week.
Please go the fuck away.
I dig music. Yeah.
Yeah, that I like that movie.
Uh,
It's a
yeah,
movie
that
where
was a
if you
good one.
don't watch it for a while, like you can throw back to it. Like it's
Yeah.
been a couple of years since I saw it. I could totally sit down and watch that again today for sure and
Yeah, yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
it. The music's good
Well,
in it too.
you can't because I have it.
Yeah. What was the name of their band? Stillwater.
Stillwater,
I
yeah.
feel I feel like I want to say that that was an actual band. Like
Actually, we
there there was
Jennifer
a
and I,
band named Stillwater.
oh maybe, but Jennifer and I actually noted at the end of the movie that it said that everything was fiction except what's her name, Penny Lane.
Right.
She may have been a real character.
Well,
They
see,
didn't
and then
say,
are you still there?
yeah.
Oh, I
I
thought
was waiting for
I
you to say something.
sorry, no, I was looking up a video here and then it started playing and I thought I lost you. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, Penny Lane, the Beatles have a song called Penny Lane too. So I wonder if like the movie is loosely based off of the character that the Beatles are singing about in the song. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Did that make sense?
I, it has something to do with it. I think
Yeah.
somehow, in some way. Yeah.
But if you you can find their songs on like YouTube off of that movie. I think there's 6 of them, and
Oh
even
yeah.
on the DVD, there's like you can watch them. That little concert scene, you can watch that
Yeah, I
concert on
watched that.
like the. Yeah, it's cool,
Yeah,
right?
I did. I did watch it. Yeah, there's actually a record for that soundtrack too.
Nice, nice. What about? Ever see Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg?
No.
It's not as good, but it's decent.
Oh, nice of you to mention that it's not as good.
Well, what it made me think of it is that the songs that are in the movie are good. Like the fictional band in the
Oh,
movie's songs that they created for the movie were actually decent. And I feel like Mark
hmm,
Wahlberg did the actual recordings of the song. Or no, he didn't.
really?
He had he had somebody train him in how to sing, but if you I looked it up on YouTube at one point, it's actually a different guy who's singing the actual recording.
But
But it was a good
Mark
song.
Wahlberg is Marky Mark, right?
Wahlberg. Yeah, he is Marky Mark. uh, yeah, Saka Souffle. Anyways, A little inside joke there, guys. Sorry about
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that.
Okay.
But yeah,
Um,
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
yeah, exactly. So he does have some sort of, I guess, stage experience, I would say.
He actually also, okay, before Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, he was a backup for his brother on New Kids in the Block
Right.
for a little bit. So like he that's how he originally got started because of his brother.
But he can't sing, is what you're saying.
No, I don't think so. That's why he was like rapping. I think he was in a lot of trouble too when he was younger.
I
I
think
think he
so.
did.
Yeah, I
He
think
might
so.
have did
Yep.
juvie, but either way,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's been in the entertainment business like forever. Big deal with
Yeah.
Calvin Klein, then progressed into movies, right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm
What
as you're talking, I'm going through the records that we have in stock.
nice,
Maybe
because I
maybe
keep
there's
looking
something
at the
interesting.
turntable page on the website. I keep going
Oh
to.
yeah.
Hey, do you
Well,
have
maybe
a
there's
COVID
something
19?
interesting. We
Not COVID-19, but do you have a COVID-19 update on your website?
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought that
Sh-
was
Should I just tell you? Well, actually, the
yeah.
people listening. Okay, so the problem with this coronavirus thing right now is that it's evolving so quick that I've been putting news updates on the website daily, and by the time I put that up, there's also something new already.
Right,
So
because we
right
were
now,
talking
the
about
last
it
update,
last week.
yeah. So the last update right now is that the province of Saskatchewan has mandated that all non-essential businesses have to close down with some exceptions. And so if you are a retailer with a brick and mortar or face-to-face presence, you have to shut down. Luckily, Funky Moose Records is online only, and in the rules and regulations of the current policy for around COVID-19 is that is okay. And I'm going to read this, and I had a hard time reading it, so I'm going to read it again and probably mess up the words. So here goes. But watch me. Um, it does not
Not watch,
preclude
but listen.
opportunities for non allowable business services to expand into online retailing or providing pickup or delivery services, which means if you own a brick and mortar store, then you can transition into an online store and still keep going on your business. We don't have to because we're already an online only business. So we're still in business for now. Um, we did suspend Pure Later pickup for a while because they simply don't come to the location where we're shipping it from now. Canada Post is still available with adjusted rates, and that's a topic for another time because that's way too complicated to explain. Um, so yeah, we are still open, but our suppliers, most of our suppliers, except for Kanto is in BC. The rest is all either in Ontario or Quebec, and they are shut down. So that means new records, new accessories, sleeves, turntables. Actually, oh yeah, turntables. Yeah, okay. So Audio Technica is in Montreal, but they can still continue because they're. Hmm, I think I just thought of something.
Spill it. What's
Okay,
up?
hold that thought on the sale on that turntable. The sale might still be on, but I don't know if they can actually ship it because they're shut down because they're in Quebec. That's the only supplier I didn't hear from that they were shutting down or not. Okay,
So what you're saying is if right now somebody orders that turntable on sale, they might not be able to get it.
they will get it either way. Like we're gonna put in an order with Audio Technica either way. um, whether Audio Technica honors um, the sale or not, that's nobody's um, that's nobody's fault. So we'll just take care of it, and we'll make sure that you get it for the sale price.
Right, that it's honored.
No, yeah, it might not be shipped this week because they're closed, I think. Um, but yeah, wow, I didn't even think of that when
Hey,
we
well, there you
did the
go.
sale. Ah,
Me
okay,
either.
so but we'll figure it out. This whole COVID-19 thing is just
New.
it's a little mind-boggling and hard to keep up with.
uh, yeah, it's the end of the world as we know it, man.
Well, that's every day,
You
right?
know? Yeah.
But yeah, so we are still open. Used records that we have in stock can still be shipped. New records that we have in stock can also still be shipped. But if we have to order them in, then we don't know when we will be able to ship them.
Right. So what uh has how has your sales been? Let's say, have they differed this week from the previous week in light of like new information coming out, new cases of the virus and everything?
I think I okay. I don't know the real reason, but I suspect because people are sitting at home, they are cooped up. They see their turntable. They start browsing websites because they're bored. They find Funky Moose records and they think, this is an interesting record. So they start ordering. Um, that doesn't mean we're doing a heck of a lot more sales now than what we did before, but it definitely hasn't slowed down.
Yeah, that it's hasn't changed. It's still steady, right?
No, not really. No. Yeah.
No? Like no, it's not steady, or no, it hasn't changed.
Yes. Yes, it's steady. No, it hasn't changed.
Because I was in agreement with you there, and then I was like, "What?"
Yeah. And then you were not. Yeah.
Yeah. Right
Yeah.
on. So there you guys
Yeah.
go. Promo code SITDOWN6 for a sale on a sale.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm an asshole.
So yeah, like I
No,
said,
so I
remind me
wanted to
after
ask you.
because
Yeah, for sure. So if like priority is stuff that you like, or not priority, but a good chance of getting the product from inventory you have on stock, like on hand. Um, what's some good things that you would recommend out there that you have?
um well, the sleeves are always a popular item, although some of the outer sleeves are not in stock at the moment because we ran out and we can't get any new ones now. Um, but let me double check the
Well,
MoFi
no,
original master sleeves. Um, yeah,
no, I was gonna say like not product like that, but I mean like albums. Like if I'm sitting at home on isolation and I'm wanting to check out a good album that I know I can get, what would you recommend? What do you got on hand right now that
right.
I might be
I was
interested in?
gonna yeah. Okay, well, I was gonna get to that a little bit later, but I want to touch on the sleeves because interestingly enough, I think it was last week or earlier this week, I got an email from someone asking about the original master sleeves that we have in on the website, um, and that person was asking if these are any good. Um, let's just say these are probably the best sleeves, especially for this price that you can get. So they are replacement sleeves for the regular paper sleeves that come with records nowadays. Some of the new records come with polylined sleeves. They're good, but MoFi, so Mobile Fidelity, is a record label initially, and they use these sleeves in their um, in their own covers to protect their releases. And MoFi is known for their high end mastering, and the fact that they're using these sleeves to protect the records in the covers, that goes to show that these are actually worth it. From what I can tell, price that we have is very competitive, $29.95 for a pack of 50. Elsewhere, they are always above $30, even above $35. So yeah, we're very well priced on these. We have them in stock at the moment, but once they run out, they have to come from Ontario. So I don't know when they'll be back. And then some outer sleeves if you want budget friendly outer sleeves. We have packs of 100 for 26.95. Um, and they are also in stock. So those are the ones I would recommend for sleeves at the moment. And then for music, um, we'll
Yeah,
have
like
to
if I
look up
want
the
to.
inventory here. Well, so the thing is with music is that it's very diverse, right? I mean, we have we have the Agnostic Mountain Gospel Choir, which sounds like it's a choir, but it isn't. It's a sludgy blues band from top of my head is Edmonton. I think they're from Edmonton. Don't quote me on that. I know the record label that released it is in Edmonton. The band might actually be from BC, but um, if you're into blues, that's a good one to have. I think their band name is kind of deceiving, um, but the music is very good.
Because it's not a gospel choir, is what you're saying?
Yeah, not at all.
Beastie Boys, I
um,
see.
Beastie Boys, yeah, Paul's Boutique is a classic. That one's in stock. Um,
What
AP
songs are on
Connection.
there?
Good
Do
question.
you know off the top of your head?
Ye-
Like what some track
uh,
list?
yeah, there's To All the Girls. Um, Shake Your Rump is on there.
Oh, that's a good one. That one you need some
Uh,
good bass.
yeah.
Shake
Oh,
your rumpa. That's a
speaking
good song. I
of,
like it.
Kanto sells subwoofers.
Hey yo,
Uh, yeah.
are they good subwoofers?
Yes, they are. I actually have one in my one of them in the living room. It's the Sub 8. It's an 8-inch subwoofer, and it'll shake the house.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I see
Um,
you've got some buck cherry. I'm just on your website looking at it here too right now.
yeah.
War paint.
You
I
keep saying
have
your website,
not.
but it's your website too. You work here, so it's don't
I
say
know,
it's
but
my website.
but
It's
you
our website.
created it. It's your baby.
Yeah, I know, but well, it's yours too because you add a lot of these records.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So, and I'm playing dumb. Like, what do you have? I know what you have.
Yeah.
Because I
Well,
put them on
you
the
might not know
site,
what I
right?
have in stock.
Yeah,
You
that's
might
well,
you
that's
might
it.
not know what we have in stock. Like you know
I'm
you
just
know
looking
most
at
of the records that are on the website.
shit. See, if I had a record player, I'd be buying this Buck Cherry album off you because
Cool.
I haven't heard it. I think I
Oh,
heard "The Devil's in
that's
the Details." I might have heard that song.
Warpaint, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever listened to this album before. I'd be buying that
Hmm.
without question because you can't
And
go
then
wrong
if
with Buck
you're
Cherry.
right, and if you're a little bit of an ACDC fan, are you ACDC? Yeah,
Oh yeah,
no, maybe.
yep.
Okay, then you should check out that Durwood record, Renegade. It's
Okay,
a band from southern Saskatchewan, and as you can tell, probably by the cover, it kind of has the influence of Kiss albums. and the artist that did one of the Kiss albums, I don't Destroyer, I believe, also did this cover for this band.
Did you
Um,
did you show me
yeah,
these guys already? Was I looking
maybe
them up on YouTube? Maybe,
possible. Yeah,
or were I think we were
but they
talking about the album art.
yeah.
I
So
don't
they
remember.
the album art is kind of Kiss influenced, but then the music itself has it actually has a cover of Highway to Hell on it. And the rest of the music is very ACDC like. Let's call it that.
Awesome, and that's the price there, 21.95. That's just plain as
Correct. Yep,
right on. Or you could use the promo SITDOWN6 for a discount.
that's right.
Meh.
Hailstorm. What do you think of Hailstorm?
They kick ass, and I'm upset that I missed them in Saskatoon last year, 2 years
Yep.
ago.
Same here.
Yeah, I think I got a lot of respect for them. They kick ass.
Yep. Mm, we have some jazz. Horace Silver. Um,
Oh, Lenny
that's
Kravitz greatest hits.
yep.
My dude, I had some good times with that album. Telling you, if you're at home on isolation with the missus, get this record, put it on track one, and let it play. Let Lenny do all the work for you, man. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with that album. It's a good
track
one.
one is track one is "Are You Gonna Go My Way?" So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You know that song, "Are You Gonna Go My Way"? Do you know why he wrote that? I don't remember where I got
uh,
this information. I think I heard him talking about it, but it was I'm going to tell you whether you know or not. He was trying to think of a song to write, and as musicians do, and he was trying to put himself in Jesus Christ's shoes. And he was thinking, well, if Jesus was a musician and wanted to write the best rock and roll song out there, what would it be and how would he do it? And that's why he wrote that song.
and then Tenacious D came and they wrote the song that was not the greatest song in the world.
It was a tribute.
Yeah.
I feel like tribute. I feel like tribute is well, tribute's a tribute to the song that they sing at the end of the movie. That's how that goes.
Yes. Yeah. But they write the tribute before they do the song at the end, right?
Like in real life, real term.
I think
What do you
so.
mean? Yeah, because
Like so,
Tribute came out when they were doing an HBO series. It was like 10-minute episodes or something. And then
yeah.
they that's when they wrote Tribute, and then the HBO series got big and popular, and then they made the movie. And the movie was to try and show like how they became the D. So it was like that's when they battled the devil, and they defeated him, and so it was like that's why they had tribute. So yeah, it was a little backwards, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, Lenny
So yeah,
Kravitz, you
Lenny
guys,
Kravitz.
greatest hits.
He's I'm not afraid to say he's a very, very sexy man on Instagram too.
Did you see that clip of him rocking out his guitar and his pants ripped open and his pecker came out?
Really? No.
Yeah, I think that was about a year ago. You can find that on
Oh,
YouTube.
no, I missed
His
it.
leather
And I'm
pants.
good with that, I think.
I think he's pretty cool, man.
So on page 2 of the records in stock, we have the new Ozzy, Ordinary Man.
Yes. I've only heard 2 tracks off of that album so far.
Oh, can we Okay, so here's the thing. Ozzy Osbourne does all these tracks with guys like Post Malone, right?
Well, lately, yeah, on this album, yep.
Lately, yeah. Yeah. So and now I can't remember who else came out with um there's a new song by a popular artist right now that has a song with a popular artist from the past, and the kids are like, so for example, in Ozzy Osbourne's case, oh, this Post Malone guy is, or Post Malone is doing it with this Aussie guy. This Aussie guy is actually pretty good. He might actually be famous sometime.
Are you serious?
Yes. So, and now I hate myself for not remembering, because I tried to make a point of it
Make
to
note of
mention
it.
it tonight. Yeah, and I forget.
The
Anyway,
Nine Inch Nails.
there's no, no, there's a new pop song with an old or older
Musician.
rocker.
Um,
Yeah,
Jesse Reyes and Eminem have another song out or something. A new song out. Not that. That's not what you're thinking of.
not what I thought of. No, no, no. Anyway,
You got
I
some good stuff on stock here, man. I'm still going through your list and
good.
Tears
I
for
would like to hear
Fears.
from hang on. I would like to hear from our listeners, either on YouTube or Podbean. Uh, put in the comments what you think of these collaborations with old rockers and new pop stars. That combination, is that good for business? Does that seem desperate on the old guy's part? And that may sound disrespectful. That's not how I meant it. But um, how do you see that? Like, is it good for music in general, or should the old guard just, do their own songs and not tag on with new artists? What do you
What's your
think? Leave
thoughts
it in
on
the
it?
comments on Podbean and YouTube. I
I
think
think
it's
this could be like a 3 hour conversation.
yeah. But my short thought on this is that in some cases it might sound desperate. Like Ozzy doesn't need a Post Malone to be famous. Although, on the other hand, if I look at some of the YouTube comments and whatever else comments, you do see the younger fans of Post Malone saying stuff like, "Oh, this Aussie guy's pretty good. He might have a career after this." You know, so I don't know. Is it a marketing stunt of Aussie's label or Aussie
I
himself,
don't. I don't think
or is
so.
this just artists collaborating and having fun together?
I think it's a little bit more than just that. Well, if you want to touch on Ozzy and Post Malone in particular, um, I can see it. Like, you remember we were talking about those videos of Post Malone and like his drug abuse and stuff, and how it might be getting
Yep.
off the walls. Well,
Yep.
if you think about it, Ozzy's older, has been in the industry, and has went through that exact same thing in his past already. So he's been there,
Yep.
he's done that, right? So in seeing
Yep.
Post Malone going through that, I feel like Ozzy's the kind of person and business smart to not only do a collaboration and make money at it, but being more of like a father figure to him and being able to maybe guide him a proper route in the industry. Like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I picture that as how that's going, right? So obviously they're going to make
Almost
money
as
off
a
of it, but
sponsor, almost as a sponsor for Post Malone,
well, I wouldn't say
sort of.
sponsor because I don't know if sponsor would be the word I would use, but I know what you mean. Like, not
Like,
well, maybe like a somebody who would
an
guide
elder.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe something like that. A sponsor would be like,
yeah,
no, like you shouldn't be using. Like, that's enough of that, right?
that's right. Yeah, yeah,
But Ozzy's
yeah.
probably like you can do what you want, but like if you keep going down this path, this is where you're gonna end up. Look at where it brought
Right.
me and how I had to change my life to do this, right? That's how I
Yeah,
see that in particular. And like if you think of remember Elton John and Eminem back in the day when they did Stan on the music awards, do you remember that and how that was a
yeah,
big deal?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
then there was always I always thought that they were enemies until that happened, and then it kind of opened my eyes about the industry, right? Like how they are musicians and
Right.
we don't see everything. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. They are entertainers.
Yeah,
That's what they're getting paid to do. You know, I don't
that's
know.
right.
And now the last thing I heard is that Elton John is Eminem's sponsor, like in recovery, actually,
Right.
is the way I understand it.
Hmm.
But
Interesting. But yeah, I would love to hear
yeah, so it's a kind of
anyone who
like
listens. I'd like to hear some feedback on this.
their thoughts on that.
Yep.
And also I just want to add to that thought is that if the music is good, it I don't think it matters. You could have a like Zach Brown and Foo Fighters, or you know what I mean. You could have like a
Yep.
freaking country star, twangy guy, and like James Hetfield from Metallica. As long as the
Yeah.
song is good and it sounds good, I think there's no problem with it at all. If it just doesn't make sense at all and it's a money grab, you'll be able to tell. Is my thought on it.
Yeah. So going back to Chris Stapleton, I I kind of like "Blow" by Chris Stapleton, Ed Sheeran, and Bruno Mars. That's also because I like both Bruno Mars and Ed Sheeran, and having them three together. I don't think it's a super high quality song because the the, the lyrics are ridiculous. But I mean, having that, it's a pop song and it's catchy, and they have all three have great voices. So yeah, I don't mind.
Right.
Okay.
Very good.
Uh, I was going to mention, right. So next, close to Ozzy Osbourne is Joel Plaskett. Joel Plaskett is an artist from Halifax, uh, very popular in especially the Maritimes. Here a little bit, but he has a new album out, and I haven't added it to the website yet. But I'm planning to do that. Maybe you should make a note of this. Joel Plaskett 44 is his new album, and we should be adding that to the website uh, this coming week.
Okay. I'll have a look at it.
Yep.
Hey, I want to ask you the difference in like I know you've got some used albums as well. Um,
Yeah.
is there a big difference in sales between old or used and new? Like, what sells more, new albums or used? And why do you think that is?
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
And well, I'm sure it's not 50-50, but it feels like it's about that split. Um, but maybe the used records even sell a little bit more, and that's because our colleague Jeremy is adding records on a regular basis, and the people that buy used records buy because of nostalgia mostly. So whenever a record shows up on the website, and the same title can come up 3 4 times in like 2 weeks, because we just bought a few collections that
Right.
happen to
Right.
have, you know, let's say ZZ Top, Tres Hombres. We have 3 copies of that, for example. Um,
Yeah.
and we keep adding new content. Like person A wants Tres Hombres, but Tres Hombres is just sold to someone else. Then he's going to be watching for new sales. Jeremy adds Tres Hombres again because we have another copy. Person A is still looking for that, so he buys that. But person B is now looking for Tres Hombres, and so I think
Yeah.
it's
It's almost like a
yeah.
separate business in itself, right?
No, because a lot of orders are split between new and used. Um,
Okay.
so, for example, the Queen records that we have on sale here, or not for sale, not on sale, for sale. So, Greatest
Well, on
Hits
sale if
two
you use the
and
promo code.
Oh, what was the promo code again?
If you use the promo code SITDOWN6 for what was it, 10% off?
10% off. Yeah. So we have Queen Greatest Hits and Queen the Game. Now, if you are a collector that wants every copy of Queen, for example, I'm not one of them, but I can understand why people want this. For example, the game that we have here is a new album, like a new pressed record. But if you also want the original, it might be that we also have the original in our used records.
Right,
So then people
right,
would
right.
buy the new one and a used copy, for example.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
I would I wouldn't put a hard number on there, but I'm it's around the 50-50.
Now, when you're going through the used albums, like what, like, I'm not a collector, so I don't really know, and I'd be scared to buy a used album and, it's all left up. So how, and obviously you keep an eye on that kind of thing and you wouldn't sell somebody shit, but what is
Yeah.
it exactly you're looking for to make it past the
So
test to be added?
so the way we grade records is there's a standard called the record grading no the gold mine standard of record grading, and it's a set list of rules. So for example, um, it's very much like comic books or baseball cards or something like that. So you have grades like mint, near mint, very good plus, good plus, and grades all the way down. So, for example, if you have a considered mint condition record, that means it's sealed and it's assumed mint because it was never opened. So, in theory, it would be mint. Now, a lot of people will say, well, no record is mint because, the fact that it moves around within the cover could mean that it has some scuffs on it already. So a lot of people go with near mint, and that's kind of what we do. We always step down one step of what it actually is. So if normally a person would consider a record very good plus, then we would grade it as very good because we would rather sell a record for a dollar or two less and have a happy customer than take those $2 and then the customer's like, oh well, this is supposed to be very good plus. It doesn't look like it. We'd rather have a happy customer for $2 less than the other way around.
Right.
So, yeah, the grading is actually marked on our website as well. There's a link to the official website that has all the information on what makes a record VG plus or very good or good, and that's what Jeremy is using to grade all the records.
Right. That makes sense.
So then that way, and even if we send you a record and thankfully it hasn't happened a lot. Occasionally, it like if Jeremy is doing it on a Monday morning or a late Friday evening or whatever, he it happens where he messes up a grading, but those are very far. What's the far in between? Far and in between,
Far and in
is that the
between, yeah.
phrase?
I think so.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Far from and in
So
between. Yeah.
sure. So yeah, that's how we grade
Yeah.
records.
Very cool.
Um, yeah. So then we have Rainwolf, Hear Me Out. The album is a year old, but we have one in stock. Not this copy, but the album itself is a year old. Rainwolf actually put that on his Instagram, right?
Yeah, you bet.
Uh,
That guy is awesome.
Yeah,
Hey, I got a
we met
picture
him at a
with
show in
him
Saskatoon.
right up there. That's I ran into him at the lake and hooked him up with a load of wood, so he had some firewood.
For the people,
I had for yeah. So I
for the
saw
people
him.
listening,
Yeah, I saw. And behind me, there's a picture of me and my wife and a big load of firewood and Rainwolf. I ran into him at the lake. I saw it was about not even a week after I saw him open for Black Sabbath in Saskatoon. And I was like, first time I ever heard or saw of him, and I was just like, holy shit, like this guy's amazing, right? So we digged it. It was a good concert. And then like a week later, I ran into him at the lake. I saw him walking all by himself, and I turned the truck around. I was like, holy shit, are you Rainwolf? He's like, yeah, man. So I got out of the truck and asked him for a picture. It was just weird how it happened. He's like, I can't find any firewood. Are you selling this? I was like, yeah, man. Like, I'll hook you up. So I sold him a load of wood. It was for his sister, I think, if I remember right. But yeah, so I sold his
Uh,
sister a load of wood, not him. So then I had
Whatever.
gotten that picture taken, and then yeah, I gave them a deal too because it was pretty awesome. But um, I had sent his sister that picture, and I think that was my pay. I just said, here, like if you can have him autograph this picture of me and my wife, like that's the payment for the load of wood, and that's what we had done. So he signed it. Thanks for the wood.
That's
That was a long time ago,
awesome.
but yeah, it was
Yeah.
just weird how I had just saw him, and I was like, what? Like, what are you doing here, man? It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I know which lake you're talking about. And I'm like, why would he be
Yeah,
there anyway?
I know, right? It's weird.
uh,
That's what you got to do
so are
when
you
you
still
leave.
going through the new records or no?
No, I was going through the used ones for a little bit,
Okay.
and I didn't really
I just
recognize anything.
wanna I just wanna mention the Wu-Tang Clan records that we have in stock.
Do it.
Yep. Yeah,
Did I
that's all
show you
actually.
that? Did
That's
I show you that new video last week? Yeah, we talked about it, didn't we? With Tom Segura, or did I show
Oh,
you that
yeah, yeah,
off
yeah.
off camera? Yeah.
Yeah, no, you did. Yeah. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. So what else do we have? Do we have
Um,
anything interesting?
not really.
Oh, Bob Dylan.
Oh
I
yeah.
just okay. This might not be interesting.
Like I said, not really. But go ahead.
So Bob Dylan for the first time in 8 years, Bob Dylan shares an original new song. Um, I I don't know what to think of this. First of all, Bob Dylan, great songwriter, I think, uh, but I can't get over his singing because I believe he can't sing, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I can't listen to him. But he released a 17-minute song, 17-minute song. Yeah, I said that right. About the 1963 assassination of the President John F. Kennedy. And I listened to the first, oh, I don't know, few seconds, and it is. I'm just gonna hit play. I don't know if you can hear this, but
Yeah, I can.
It was a dark day in Dallas, November 63. A day that would live on in infamy.
All right.
so it's basically him telling how JFK got murdered.
Right.
And then I stopped listening. So maybe there is something else because it's 17 minutes. So there must be something. But yeah, so in a post on Instagram, he says, "Greetings to my fans and followers with gratitude for all your support and loyalty across the years. This is an unreleased song we recorded a while back that you might find interesting. Stay safe, stay observant, and may God be with you, Bob Dylan."
So where did he release it, and how?
Where? It's on
Like
YouTube.
how?
I don't
Just on
know.
YouTube?
I did. I don't know. Yeah,
So
I think
like,
so.
so he did it himself. He's not like, I can't see him making any money off of that, right?
I I don't think so. No,
Yeah. Maybe
I
he's
think this is him just kind of
trying
on
to
a
stay
rant
relevant.
about. Yeah, well, I don't know.
But the assassination of JFK, like that's not relevant.
No,
I bet you there's a lot of people out there who don't even know who JFK is.
I bet.
The same people who are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Ozzy might make it big someday," right?
Yeah. Does that make us old?
Well, we're not young. Let's be honest about it,
That's right.
right? We're middle-aged men.
Oh, we're not quite there yet. Well, I guess yeah, middle. If you call it middle, like living to 80, and that then we're in the middle.
Well, you're in the middle.
Shut up. You, yeah, because you're far off. Oh, speaking of dying, Kenny Rogers died.
Hey, that at 81 years old, right?
Yeah.
Man, did his face
So,
look funny or what? Not funny, that's not the right word. But I mean like plastic surgery, hey?
oh, I don't know, but as I mentioned earlier, my wife is a country fan.
Right.
Um, our opening dance at our wedding was Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, "Islands in the Stream." So, and that's basically the only connection I have with Kenny Rogers. So I'm kind of sad, but on the other hand, you know,
Did you not listen to Kenny Rogers and the Chipmunks, I think, when you were a kid? I had that on vinyl. I feel like it was the Chipmunks and Kenny Rogers album. Maybe I dreamt that, but I'm
no,
pretty sure. I'm going to look that up right now. If Kenny Rogers did an album with the Chipmunks.
no, that was definitely not. No, no. Oh, uh, right. So as we're talking about people dying, um, so Bill Rieflin, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but the drummer for Ministry, REM, and King Crimson has died at age of 59.
Who?
Uh,
Sorry?
Bill Rieflin. He's a drummer. He was the drummer for Ministry, REM, and King Crimson.
Oh, right. That's on the site, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And do
And
you,
then
when,
rumors
what
of
was it?
Slayer might reunite with Phil
Oh, that
Anselmo.
actually,
He,
that did come up in my feed. Yeah.
yeah, he's the Pantera guy. So I don't know what's going on there. It's based on rumors right now, so I'm not sure. And Nine Inch Nails have released uh, or will release. Yeah, surprise released sequels to their Ghost series. So 5 and 6 are out now. So we'll
Is
have
that
to
what it
keep our
is?
eyes out for yeah. So we'll have to keep our eyes out for the vinyl version.
Right. We'll do.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm out of stuff to talk about.
I am too. What's I don't know. I saw something in the feed that I didn't click on. Duck sauce, Captain Duck. I don't know what the hell that is.
Duck Sauce, they did Barbara Streisand, that dance song.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah,
They
okay.
did. Yeah, that's
I
them.
wonder why that
Is
came
that
up
a
in
new
my
release?
feed. I think so. Like a day or two
Oh,
ago.
all
I'm
right.
gonna have to listen to it. Maybe my boy will like that.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think?
I think we can shut this down. We'll tune in again next
All
week,
right.
I think.
Yeah. All people need to do is follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Podbean. Yeah. Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, wherever you can find us, just subscribe there, and that way you can listen to us ramble again next week.
Sounds good to me. Don't forget the promo, the sit down. Not the sit down, sorry. Promo SITDOWN6 for a 10% discount.
Thanks a lot, Joel.
Till next week.
See
All
you
right.
later.
Peace out.